Hi, and welcome to the second video in our series on the WIPS probing system. There are two ways to probe your tools, using the VPS templates and using the offset table. I've got these tools that I want to set up one at a time, so I'm going to use the VPS templates. In our next video, we'll cover setting offsets for a whole job from the tool offset page. Let's get started. The easiest way to do this is with VPS templates. We press Edit and highlight the VPS tab, then scroll down to Probing, right arrow to get to Tool Setting, and then right arrow again to get to the templates. So, there's a couple of types of templates, manual and automatic. Let's talk about the auto templates. This AutoLink non-rotating template will always probe the center of the tool on the stylus, which is exactly what I need for this kind of tool. I want the probe to touch off right on the tip of my drill. Here's all the information the template needs to run. We've got to enter the tool number, which in this case is 1. My tool type is also 1, that's a drill. My approximate length, 4.375 inches, and my approximate diameter is 0.25 inches. Now, when I run the cycle, it'll probe the tip of the tool. When the probe is done, the machine writes to the length geometry column of the offset number that matches the tool number I entered. Since I entered tool number 1, that means the machine will put my length value in offset number 1. Remember, this is an automatic template, so you can't set an offset that's different from the tool number that I entered. In fact, if the tool is not in the spindle, the machine will perform a tool change and go get that tool, so I don't need to worry about positioning it over the probe. Moving on to our next template, AutoLink Rotating has all the same information as the non-rotating template. The two big differences here, the tool will always rotate in reverse when touching the stylus. Now, John, why does it matter which direction the tool rotates? Well, if it was rotating in the normal cutting direction, you'd tear the stylus right off your probe. The second way AutoLink Rotating is different from AutoLink non-rotating is that it shifts the probe by half the diameter of the tool, which is perfect for a shell mill like this, because I want to probe the cutting tips and not the center of the tool. I enter the same information as before. Tool number 2, my tool type is a shell mill, which is number 3, my length is 3.05 inches, and my diameter is 2.5. Now, my 2.5 inch diameter is larger than the stylus, so the cycle will automatically move the probe half the tool diameter. Now we come to the auto length and diameter template. This one also rotates the tool, same as the auto length rotating, and it requires the same values as the other templates, except now we have a K variable. The K variable is the distance you want to move down to touch the edge of the insert, which is perfect when setting the diameter on a high feed mill like this one. My high feed mill is about 1/8 of an inch from the tip of the tool to where I want to touch off on the diameter. So I enter 0.125 in my template. This value will affect the tool path if the program uses G41 or G42 cutter compensation commands. Okay, the AutoLink sequential template will run the AutoLink non-rotating cycle on a specified sequence of tool numbers. I know I have 3 tools in a row, tools 4, 5, and 6, that all use the non-rotating cycle because they all need to probe the center tip. This is good for drills, spot drills, taps, and ball end mills. Okay, I got my tools all loaded up, so I just go to the template and I tell it that my first tool is tool number 4 and my last tool is tool number 6. Hit cycle start and run the cycle. But John, what if my 3 tools are not in a row? What if my tools are numbers 3, 10, and 12? Well, for that, we're going to use the AutoLink random template. This cycle runs the AutoLink non-rotating cycle to probe the tool numbers that you enter into the template. And finally, the tool breakage length non-rotating template allows you to compare the length of a tool to the tool's current length offset. Now, you'd never use this just to run the template. I use the template to generate the break detection code to insert into my part program. And I always use that break detection code when I run a small diameter drill and tap or drill and reamer operation. If that drill breaks and the tap or the reamer try to go into the same hole, I'm going to have a mess on my hands. I want to avoid this, so I press right arrow to select the tool breakage detection template. Here I've got two basic questions, the tool number and the tolerance. This is tool number 4, and I want the machine to stop if the drill breaks, so I'm going to choose 20 thousandths of an inch. Now I press F4 and the number 2 to output the code to MDI. Now I can paste this code into any part program. But John, what if I want to run break detection on a shell mill or some other large diameter tool? Well, we don't have a template for that, but here's a tip. You can take the AutoLink rotating cycle and turn it into break detection. To do this, we open the AutoLink rotating template, fill in the information, and press F4 and then 2 to output the code to MDI. Now, I just scroll down to the G65 line, move over here, and I press H and then my tolerance, in this case 0.02 thousandths of an inch, and press insert. Now the machine is going to compare the tool's length against its offset, and if it deviates by more than the tolerance, we'll get an alarm. Cool, so that was automatic templates. Now let's go back and look at that manual template, probe manual length. This template is really only used when you want to measure the length of a tool and write the length to an offset number that differs from the tool number. So if I want to probe tool number 1 and write to offset number 11, I make sure I have tool number 1 in the spindle and manually jog it down to the probe. I enter the offset number in the template, 11, and press cycle start. There, you can see it wrote to offset number 11. So that's it for VPS templates using the tool probe. In the next episode, we're going to cover setting up all the tools in my program from the tool offset page. Thanks for watching.